that I'm using, and it's a separation of consciousness. Good, bad, smart, dumb. What's separating consciousness? Man. But when we can unify it into one thought, into the direction of that one thought, guess what we have?
The force is with you.
The force is with you. There it is. Did we understand it? When I threw the hammer, the force was with me. I said, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going there. There's a place, and this is what I'm going to create from now on. And at that moment, I was one with what? My mind. This is where we're all going back to. We're going, mind is a movement, and the body is a manifestation of the movement. Right?
It's just like your mind, if you want to compare it in very basic, it's like an airplane. So when you set a destination, you know what that destination looks like. It automatically is going to, let's say if you want to go from here to say my destination, my goal is Las Vegas, right? And you give that to your mind, and your mind is like a GPS, is going to get you there, right? On autopilot. However, the problem is while you're taking off and you're wanting to reach to Las Vegas, someone else comes and says, hey, how about Amarillo? You're like, okay, let me land in Amarillo. Hey, how about Albuquerque? Oh, okay, you settle for Albuquerque instead of going and continuing your trip until you get to Las Vegas.
You take all these detours because of all the things that are happening around you. Think about that. How many times have we taken detours in our life because of the circumstances?
Yeah.
How many of us never even really set the destination?
Because we didn't know we have the power to do that.
Yeah.
We didn't know we're in charge. We didn't know that force is always with us.
Let's look at this again. The trick to staying in charge, no matter the circumstances, is what? Being one with it. An educated person is not necessarily one who has an abundance of general or specialized knowledge. An educated person is one who has so developed the faculties of their mind that they may acquire anything they want, or its equivalent, without violating the rights of others. What are we talking about? A movement. Really, we're talking about, if we were to let go every idea, what do we have? No expression. But all the ideas are what we're using to create our reality. An educated person is one who has so developed the faculties of their mind that they may acquire anything they want. We have to have a good order. Where? In the movement. Controlled thought. What is the one thing that takes everyone off the target? Distractions of what? Of life.
They're outside.
Yeah.
Yep. How many times have you heard yourself or heard other people say, oh, life happened? Woo. Life happened. When we get a better understanding that life is not happening to, but it's happening for you, it's no longer happening to anymore. It's going to happen for you. Life happened. That means we got distracted. That means we didn't choose. That means we didn't select where we were going. That means we didn't control what? A movement that is unseen. I need you to understand this. What you're finding out is that you're moving a movement that's unseen and has never really been regulated or controlled. What is that? Anyone?
Thought form.
Yep. The way you
To
think.
control our thoughts and see from within, really, because it's within us. It's to find that and stay there.
Yep. Ray, you on the call? Are you able to talk?
Yeah, I'm not on calls right now.
You knew me at 16, right?
Yes, sir.
We were off on track to a different reality at that time, right?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of it kind of unknown. We're just kind of just young men just running around town, right?
Most definitely.
We went our different ways. Years later, you contacted me, and we kind of got together, and you wanted different results because you saw something
Right.
that I was doing differently, right?
Absolutely.
It maybe 2.5 years, you made a decision to take on this class and go in a different direction, right?
That's it.
It was 2 years in a row that we talked, and you weren't ready to invest in yourself and invest in the program, right?
That's right.
Can you take everybody just on just a little scenario when I would ask you, are you ready to invest in yourself? What was going through your mind at that time?
A lot. I mean, being very real, right? Being very transparent. We're not taught. I mean, my parents' annual income, I'd venture to say, both combined. My mom, working housekeeping. Of course, my father in the ministry. 40,000, right? If that, like on a really great year. So yeah, I mean, we're not taught to invest in ourselves and to pay someone to, help you get your mind right. Those are things people don't do, right? So no, yeah, it seemed silly, right? Or it was counterintuitive, man. I'm telling you, I only earn 40,000 a year, and you're asking me to spend 7 on myself. I mean, seriously, that's the reality that you think. Because at the end of the day, I didn't feel worth it. I did not feel that I was worth that money. I did not feel that I was worth investing.
But before you understood that, that's something that something hits you and you start to figure out, wait a minute, if I'm not investing in myself, then it means I don't believe that I can do that. But
Right.
that's something normally that happens later on. At the moment, you're thinking, what are you thinking at the beginning whenever you're introducing the investment? What's going through your head? That's too much?
It's too much limitation, right? Terror barrier per se. Using Bob's terms. Yeah, I mean it's too much. I've never paid that for myself, right? Definitely new way of thinking. Very foreign,
Yep.
for sure.
Through that process, though, at the end of it, if you're not willing to invest in yourself and work on yourself, that means that you don't think that you can do it, right?
That's right. Exactly right.
I think it was 2.5 years later, we talked, and I said, and every year was you weren't ready to do it. You were making this around the same amount of money. You were studying this material on your own, though, too, right? I introduced it to you, and you started studying, but you still weren't having major changes, right?
Right.
You finally decided to invest in yourself, and you did the work. But what are you really investing on?
Spending time getting to know yourself.
More time?
More time? No, you just allocate your time differently, right? I mean, the way I think now is different, right? I'm able to catch myself when I'm thinking erroneously, or whenever I let fear try to, or whenever I realize I'm acting on fear.
I want everyone to understand, Ray was thinking from perception at one time,
Concept.
which was earning him $50,000 to $60,000 a year, right?
Yeah.
And you've been doing this for how many years, Ray?
Yeah, about 3 years, 2 or 3 years now. I mean, officially all together.
No,
yeah.
no.
That's about right.
Prior.
What do you mean?
How long you were making $67,000? That's what everyone's saying.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that would have been on the high end. Yeah, I was closer to. I always average between 45 to about 55, 60.
Okay, how long were you doing that for?
Gosh. 2004 to about 2015, 2006. I mean, yeah, just recently.
Okay. So for years you were trading your time for the way you think.
Right.
Think about this. So the mind is movement and the body is a manifestation. So the mind is a movement. It's unseen. You don't see it. You don't see your thoughts. You don't even know that you're thinking what you're thinking about. But this movement takes you and it puts you on a plan. And if you don't understand that the mind is a movement and it's moving you, you don't see yourself doing the things that you're doing. You just experience the results of it. right? What we did was I started to work with Ray, and we started to create a vision. We started to select a new destination. But him working on his mind transmuted a new movement, a new direction, a new desire, and I started to get him and help him look at himself, to get him and look at his mindset, and the way he's thinking is controlling his behavior. And then he started to choose and select the images he was going to work with and be one with the force. How often did you start to tell your body to go somewhere different, and your body wanted to go back to what it was doing, Ray?
Oh, it was a constant challenge at first, for sure.
Think about what I'm saying. How often did your mind say, okay, Ray, we can go there, Ray. There's a place.
Yeah.
150. We went to 200. And we kept raising the bar because you started to see that you were accelerating towards the bar, right?
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Mind is movement, body is the manifestation of the movement. No one ever taught us that we're normally separate. Normally the body is telling the mind what to do. How often, whenever you started to work towards that new vision, Ray, did your body say, you can't do that?
It takes some adjustment. And also in my background, I mean, whenever we resumed and picked up our conversation, I was in the tail end of my physical journey per se, or I guess you could say getting started. So growing up, I mean, I've always been a big boy, right? And then I got the heaviest I've ever been in my life, probably about 325 pounds. Now I weigh about 200 pounds, literally. So, and it's funny, I had that vision of myself, like I always saw myself, okay, when I get older, I feel it's gonna be easier for me to lose weight. And that's my reality now. Right, and then when it's come to income, yeah, I had to believe that I was able to achieve it. But like you said, it's not you just think and then boom, that $100,000, $200,000 is going to appear. No, it allows you to focus on a strategy. It allows you to believe you can do it, and then you put it into action. Everything has to be followed by action.
An educated person is one who has so developed the faculties of their mind that is a movement.
Yeah. What you did earlier, I don't know, to say it in another word, that you help him to assume higher concept of himself.
There you go.
If he wasn't able to assume a higher concept of himself, he wouldn't think he's worthy, and he would never internally make that decision to move forward.
And control his body and do it and tell it what to do.
Yeah.
You said it earlier the other day, Angel. You said that you felt something that wouldn't allow you to get past that tip point. Something always pulled you back in. That's what that is. It's the same mind, but the mind is identity that's trying to control your behavior and pull you back on track. Ray's been breaking the identity of the old man and assuming a new man, and letting the new man tell the old man, get the hell out of here. You're no longer going to tell me what to do. You're no longer going to control my behavior. But that's being one with what? His vision. The vision will guide you when you put a vision and you stick with the vision and you control the flow and you don't let your same mind or the fears, the doubts, the worries, all that intellect, all that crud in the background control your behavior and take you back off track. It's a movement.
Yeah.
We're going to go into...
We're going to read page 64 on lesson 5. As far back as you choose to go, and in any country, you will find the people that are programmed from birth to live from the outside in. All of the great leaders in history, individuals who are recognized for their greatness without exception, have told us if we want to be in control of our results we get in life, we must live from the inside out. Perhaps we should investigate what these leaders meant when they gave us that advice. What does that mean to you guys, looking from inside out? Yeah. But what does that mean? Can somebody give me an illustration? What you guys' thoughts are? If we don't know what you're thinking, we won't be able to just modify it and help you to give you different perception. That's why we're asking these questions.
Living from the inside means you're going to control the what?
Go ahead. Yeah. You're controlling the flow, the thought process. What is it you want? Again, it goes back to what you consciously select. That's from inside out. That means the energy that goes through your body, you're deciding what are you transforming, what thoughts are you bringing to form. Not what outsiders giving you, not what people tell you what you're capable of doing. That's what it means.
We are transforming ideas all the time, are we not?
Yeah.
What you're thinking about, you're bringing about. Does everyone understand that? What you're thinking about, you're bringing about. What ideas have you been working with that no longer serve you?
I think that's connected already, bro. Just
Okay.
go on your notes. Yeah. Go ahead. It's on
You
screen.
guys able to see that?
Yeah.
We are transformers. What are we transforming?
Images, ideas.
Ideas, images and ideas.
Yeah.
Let's go back to this movement, which is the mind, it's energy. We don't see it, but we see the expression always in results outside of us. Taha said it earlier, he gave the illustration, he put the hand on top of the head. What was he saying? This energy that we have is perfect. This energy is always ever flowing, and nobody hinders it or stops it. But somebody is choosing. This is what we didn't understand. This energy just is. We can decide what color and what images we come, bring, and move the body into. We can select. It's your ability to select the images. The will is your ability to select. The will is the ability to select the image that you want to move into